Imagine two people, both earn £100,000 a year, both live in the same city, both graduated from top universities. 10 years later, one owns multiple investments, sleeps peacefully, and could stop working for years without worrying about money. The other is drowning in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, constantly stressed despite earning six figures. Now here's the question. What separated them? It wasn't intelligence, it wasn't luck, and it definitely wasn't their salary. It was something far more powerful, their psychology. Because the truth is, money isn't just about numbers. It's about emotions, habits, fear, patience, and the invisible decisions you make every single day. That's why some lottery winners lose millions within a few years, while ordinary people quietly become millionaires without anyone noticing. Today, in just a few minutes, you're going to discover the psychological principles that shape almost every financial decision you make. And by the end of this video, you may never look at money the same way again. Money doesn't care how smart you are. Most people believe that becoming wealthy is simply about having a high-paying job or being exceptionally intelligent. But history tells a different story. Some of the smartest people in the world have gone bankrupt. Meanwhile, thousands of people with average incomes have quietly built financial freedom. Author Morgan Housel explains this perfectly in his best-selling book, The Psychology of Money. He argues that financial success has less to do with intelligence and much more to do with behavior. Think about that for a moment. Knowing what to do isn't the hard part. Actually doing it consistently is. And that's where psychology begins. The experiment that predicted success in the early 1970s, psychologist Walter Mischel conducted one of the most famous experiments at Stanford University. A group of children were each given one marshmallow. They were told something simple. You can eat this marshmallow now, or if you wait 15 minutes, you'll receive two. Some children ate it immediately. Others struggled, looked away, covered their eyes, sang to themselves, but they waited. Years later, researchers found that many of the children who managed to delay gratification tended to perform better across several important life outcomes. The lesson wasn't really about marshmallows. It was about one simple ability: choosing a better future instead of an easier present. Every financial decision you make follows the same principle: buying the newest phone or investing that money. Ordering takeout every night or building an emergency fund, luxury today or freedom tomorrow. The people who consistently choose the second option often don't look rich at first. But give them 10 or 20 years, the difference becomes impossible to ignore. The biggest lie about wealth: take a look around your city. Luxury cars, designer clothes, expensive watches, beautiful apartments. Social media makes it seem like everyone is getting richer, but appearances can be incredibly misleading. Researchers and authors Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko spent years studying wealthy Americans before writing The Millionaire Next Door. What they discovered surprised almost everyone. Most millionaires didn't live extravagant lifestyles. Many drove ordinary cars, lived in average neighborhoods, avoided unnecessary luxury, and invested consistently instead of trying to impress strangers. Because real wealth is invisible. A luxury car can be financed. A designer watch can be bought with debt. But financial freedom, that's something you can't always see. The richest person in the room often isn't the one wearing the most expensive suit. It's the one who owns their time. Your brain was never designed for money. Here's something fascinating. Your brain evolved to help you survive, not to build wealth. Thousands of years ago, humans needed immediate rewards. If food was available, you ate. If danger appeared, you ran. That survival instinct still exists today. Only now, instead of hunting for food, we're fighting online shopping, credit cards, flash sales, and social media advertisements designed to trigger impulse decisions. Companies spend billions understanding human psychology. They know exactly how to create urgency. Limited time offer, only 3 left. Sale ends tonight. They're not selling products, they're selling emotions. And unless you recognize these psychological triggers, your money decisions are often being made before you've even realized it. Why losing 100 pounds hurts more than finding 100-pound Nobel Prize-winning psychologist Daniel Kahneman together with Amos Tversky, discovered something remarkable. People generally feel the pain of losing money much more intensely than the pleasure of gaining the same amount. Imagine finding £100 on the street. You'd probably smile. In the beginning, your progress feels slow. The first £10,000 takes time. The first investment account feels small. You may even wonder if it's worth it. But then something incredible happens. Your investments begin earning returns. Then those returns begin earning returns of their own. And suddenly, growth starts accelerating. Whether you invest £100 or £500 each month, the most valuable ingredient isn't the amount, it's time. That's why the biggest mistake isn't starting with a small amount. The biggest mistake is waiting for the perfect time to begin, because the perfect time almost never arrives. The hidden trap called lifestyle inflation. Here's something almost everyone experiences. You get a raise. At first, you're excited. You promise yourself you'll save more. But within a few months, you move into a bigger apartment, upgrade your phone, buy a nicer car, start eating at more expensive restaurants. Without realizing it, your lifestyle grows just as quickly as your income. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. We quickly get used to improvements, and what once felt like a luxury soon becomes our new normal. That's why many people earning six figures still feel like they're struggling. They don't have an income problem. They have a lifestyle problem. Wealth isn't created by increasing your income alone. It's created by increasing the gap between what you earn and what you spend. That gap is where your future lives. Why the best investors stay calm in times of uncertainty. Most people follow the crowd. When markets rise, excitement spreads. Everyone wants to invest. When markets fall, fear takes over. Everyone wants to sell. But history tells us that emotional decisions rarely lead to financial success. Legendary investor Warren Buffett once advised investors to be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. Simple words, extremely difficult to follow, because our emotions are constantly trying to protect us. The problem is, our emotions were designed to keep us alive, not to help us invest. The investors who build lasting wealth aren't the ones who predict every market move. They're the ones who stay calm when everyone else is panicking. Patience often beats brilliance. What money is really for? Here's the biggest misunderstanding about money. People think money buys happiness, but that's not really true. Money buys something even more valuable: choice. The choice to spend more time with your family. The choice to leave a job you hate. The choice to travel, to start a business, to take a break without fear. Research from Harvard University and other long-term well-being studies consistently suggests that while money can improve life by reducing financial stress and increasing opportunities, strong relationships and a sense of purpose are among the biggest contributors to long-term happiness. In other words, money is a tool, not the destination. The mistake many people make is spending their entire lives chasing money instead of using money to build the life they actually want. The real secret by now, you've probably noticed something. None of these lessons require you to be a financial genius. You don't need to predict the stock market. You don't need to earn millions. You don't need perfect timing. What you need is the ability to make small, smart decisions consistently, because wealth is rarely built in one extraordinary moment. It's built through hundreds of ordinary decisions that nobody sees. Every time you save instead of overspend, every time you invest instead of waiting, every time you choose long-term freedom over short-term pleasure, you're changing your financial future, not overnight, but permanently. Final thoughts. So, let's remember what we've learned today. Your income doesn't determine your future. Your habits do. Real wealth is invisible. Compounding rewards patience. Lifestyle inflation is the silent enemy of financial freedom. And money is most valuable when it gives you control over your time, not when it helps you impress strangers. 5 years from now, you'll either look back and be grateful that you started making better financial decisions today, or you'll wish you had. The choice begins with the very next decision you make after this video ends. The answer is yes, and it starts with one surprisingly simple habit. If this video helped you see money differently, please hit the like button, subscribe to Wealth Nest, and turn on notifications. Share this with a friend or family member who needs it. Comment below and tell me, what is the one change you will make with your money after watching this? I read every comment and reply to as many as I can. Thank you so much for watching until the end. You just took an important step toward better financial psychology. Your future self will thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Stay consistent, stay patient, stay wealthy. Good luck.